Needing something repel them from you. Not needing something attract them to you. Needing something repel them from you. Not needing something attract them to you. That means wanting to get it repels. Wanting to get it repels. Not needing something. Wanting to get it repels because it means that you don't have it internally. Not needing it attract because it means that you have it inside already. The real truth is what is happening behind the scene is that when you don't need it, it gives you inner peace and joy. And this is a requisite for manifestation. When you don't need it, when you are not desperate for it, it gives you inner peace and joy. Remember, you need to be at that high level of frequency. Inner peace and joy. And this is a prerequisite for successful manifestation. Once you go the frequency of not needing it, and you allow this flowing through you, you will see the way God responds or the universe responds to you. Here is how. Once you are in need of something, the shift from wanting that thing is a point of not needing it anymore. Once you are in need, you are no more in need of something. Sorry, once you are in need of something, the shift from wanting it to a point of not needing it anymore. Once you are not in need of something, you shift from wanting it to not needing it anymore. Once you are not in need of something, you shift from wanting it to not need it anymore. This is because with every desire you want, because with every desire, you want that thing because of the feeling that you are experiencing or you are going to experience how you get it. And this is a very important point, and I will repeat this severally today. When you want something or you need something, the reason you need it is how it makes you feel. So, what do you need? What do you desire in 2025? Then ask yourself, in the real sense of the word, why do you need that thing? So let's say you are owing someone and you desire money to pay. So what do you think you need? What really emotional do you need? Do you get what I'm saying? What really is the emotional need in that wife? You owe someone. So in 2025, your desire is to be able to make money to pay that person. What do you really need internally? Because what you need is not money. The joy, happiness, and freedom that you have what? You are free of debt. Am I making sense? Now, can you begin to feel that freedom now rather than waiting till it happens? So you can create that internal peace that connects you to God and send out a frequency that attracts your desired reality. Can you begin to do that now? Because if you don't do that now, look at what will happen. You are going to be sent out desperation, 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 desperation. And when you are always exuding the frequency of desperation, do you know what happens? You are going to be repelling yourself from it. So when you need something, you are not in need of something, there is a shift of from wanting to not needing. This is because with every desire you want, for where desire, you want that thing because of how you feel. Therefore, you do not want it. You do not have to wait for it to happen in order to enjoy the emotion that you will normally feel when it happens. Ensure that you begin to enter into that feeling now. The emotion that you will normally experience when that thing happens eventually is what you need to enter now. This involves getting into the mode of not caring too much about it, not allowing your emotion to be swayed by the attainment or non attainment of that desired goal, not denying yourself of the emotion until it happens. You need to get to that point in your mind that you are good with it, that you are good with it happening, and you are good without it happening to you. At that point, the God system pick up that shift in frequency and send that desire to come your way because of the law of balance. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So, from today onward, if you catch yourself needing something, quickly snap yourself out of it by maintaining the frequency of already having it without a single fiber of doubt in your body. Please note that this need is going to come up, but you must constantly beat it into submission to show that you are in control. Please note, the need will come up. That need will come up, but you must constantly beat it into submission. That means when the need come up, you feel lonely, or you feel you need this money, or you need this particular job, or you need this particular reality, immediately that need come up, how do you feel? You feel bad? Feel terrible? You are not helping yourself. What is manifestation? Many believe it is ability to control my reality. Some will say it's the ability to bend reality. Some will say it's the ability to shift reality. But this is wrong. From what we have discussed so far, you will know that the right definition is internally shifting to a degree that you are no longer dependent upon seeing reality change. Now, let me tell you how important the definition is. As I'm talking to you, if I climb this table and I'm talking, what will you feel? What will come to your mind? Don't be kind. Say what comes to your mind. As I'm talking to you, I just climb this table, start talking. Eh? Thank you. What has come over this guy? You know why? By definition, the table is not a platform to stand and speak. It's a place you put your stuff. Definition is important. If I think manifestation means I must see that happen, that means I pray. God has only answered my prayer when I see it. If that's my definition of answer to prayer, I will never have answer to prayer. Am I making sense? If your definition of answer to prayer is that when I pray, I must see it happen physically, you never see answer to your prayer, or you barely see answer to your prayer. Why? Because that's a wrong definition of manifestation of the result of your prayer. Wrong definition. The right definition is internally shifting to a degree that you are no longer dependent emotionally to see physical changes. That means you are good with it, you are good without it. That means even if it does not happen, I believe I've received it. He said, believe you have received and you shall have it. Believe you have received and you shall have it. If you don't receive, you shall not receive. If you don't receive, you shall not receive. Because you can only have what you already have. Someone call it the annoying law of the universe, or the annoying law of God's system. You can only have what you already have. If you don't have it, you cannot have it. If you have it, then you will have it. You can only have what you already have. You can only have what you already have. The true definition of manifestation is shifting internally to a degree that you are no longer dependent upon seeing reality change. The reality we see in this third dimension, physical reality, is an illusion because it is not what it seems to be. This is because there are so many things that you are unable to see with your physical eyes. If there's one thing I also want you to go away with in this program this year, is that you know that your eyes are deceptive. Your eyes are deceptive. That means what I see is not really what I see. Let me give you an example. This is white. This is not white. That's black. That's not black. The reason this is white is because this color reflected all the colors. The reason that is black is because that color absorbed all the colors. Do you understand? So the way you even see black and white is because it reflects all the colors. So as the light ray falls, it reflects all. The one that is red, this one, the red, because it reflected red. When light ray falls, it reflected red. That's why it look red to you. Am I making sense? Do you understand? It reflected red. That's why it look red. This one reflected all. That's why it look white. This one absorbed all. It didn't reflect any. That's why it's dark. What is that telling you? What you see is not what it is. So you cannot judge what God is doing in your life by what you are
It's 11 hours.
It doesn't make sense. You cannot judge what God is doing in your life by what you see with your eyes. It doesn't make sense. Because what you are seeing with your eyes is not real. It's not the truth. It's not real. It's not the truth. So if that is what you are seeing, you are not helping yourself. Why? Because reality is an illusion. Reality is not true. Reality is not true. Look at the possibility. For those online, you can see the possibility of the electromagnetic spectrum. This is what is possible for you to see. But you only see the one your eyes is designed to see. So, if you define the fact that God has manifested your prayer by what you see, that's a wrong definition. And that will make you always feel sad. You'll be tired of praying. You'll be tired. You know, some people today, they're tired of Christianity, they're tired of God, they're tired of the Bible, they're tired of, you know why they're tired? They pray. Nothing is happening, nothing is changing. Is this, I thought, is this? What's going on? Is this real? That's why some youth will even tell you, or some Gen Z will tell you, Christianity is a scam. Tell those Bibles, it's a scam. You know why? The way Christianity has been presented to them, they can't see any value in their reality, because any religion that cannot help you change your reality is a waste of time. Why did I go to school to learn? For me to be able to what? Be a better person. Whatever you are doing, if it's not adding value to you, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. And to many young people, it's a waste of time. Why? So many unanswered prayer. In fact, okay, we might not be able to deal with it. We might not be able to deal with it in this session. Maybe in the other session, we'll deal with it. So many unanswered prayer. Someone said, please also share this email with us. The image is on the screen. You can't see it on your screen. Check your screen. What you are seeing on your screen is the image I'm talking about. That's the image. If you look at your screen, for those of you online, you will see this small place. If you look at my mouse, that small place, that is expanded on top, where you see the human visible spectrum. If you see that ash area, can you see the small area out of all this electromagnetic spectrum? See the small things you can see with your eye, very small. The person online, I hope you can see what I'm talking about. So, redefine your definition of answered prayer. Redefine your definition of answered prayer. The reality we see is an illusion. This is because there are so many things you are unable to see in this physical plane because of the limitation of your eyes. So, this physical reality is a frozen imagination. See this house? It's a frozen imagination. This board is a frozen imagination. This tablet is a frozen imagination. This chair is a frozen imagination. Do you know what that means? It was first imagination in someone's mind. Today, it has solidified. Does that make sense? It was first an idea in someone's mind. Today, it has solidified. Everything you see in this life, that's the way they are created. First, in the mind of someone, eventually physical. First, in the mind of someone, eventually physical. So what that means is that the reality around you is a frozen imagination. It's a frozen imagination. It's a frozen imagination. It's a frozen imagination. And it is the effect of the first and second dimension of reality. The first, someone said, I can see it on the screen. I mean, we should have this video on our device as we share. Oh, the video, I'm recording the video and we have access to it when we finish. I don't know if I'm answering your question. It doesn't seem as if I'm getting your question. When you are good with it, the reality, that's the reality coming to pass. And good without it, the reality not coming to pass, then it will manifest. So the question is, how do I manifest? This is a wrong question. This is a wrong question because you are already manifesting every day. This is one thing you already do. The right question is, how do I manifest my desired reality? Think about the God system as a Jumia or Amazon or any of these online stores that have a variety of products that you can order. So also is God's system, having a lot of reality that you can manifest. Remember, all that you can ever be already exists. He has given unto us all things that pertain to life and godliness. All things already exist. Now, so the current reality you have, you find yourself, is actually what you unconsciously order from God's system and it was delivered to you. Does that make sense to you? The reality you have in your life today, I don't care what it is, good, bad, worse, whatever it is what you have unconsciously ordered from God's system. Unconsciously. I use the word unconscious because sometimes you feel bad for days, for weeks, you are not happy. Okay, I can see what you mean. I will drop it on WhatsApp. Sometimes you feel bad for days, for weeks, because of whatever it is that you don't like in your life. But what many don't know is that by feeling bad, a minute, please. I thought you were following me. You can't remember. Yes, I was talking about your current reality, that whatever it is in your life today, look, ladies and gentlemen, my desire will be for you to understand this and imbibe it and make it an important part of your life, as in something you don't joke with, something you don't joke with, something you don't joke with. Whatever you are seeing in your life, in your reality today, is actually what you have subconsciously ordered from the God system of manifestation. Whatever you are seeing in your reality today as human being, either you like it, you don't like it, is what you have subconsciously ordered by virtue of the frequency you have sent to God's system. This is what you have subconsciously ordered. Now, immediately you know this, you will begin to become more conscious, more careful, and more mindful of the things you allow to come into your mind. You become more careful, more conscious of the things that you allow to come into your mind. Of the things you have allowed to come into your mind. Of the things you have allowed to come into your mind. By feeling bad about our circumstances, yes, if you feel bad about your circumstances, you are ordering for more bad situation in your life. If you feel bad about your circumstances, you are ordering for more bad situation. You are ordering. Remember, the frequency of vibration of that emotion is a product code and is ordering more of that situation for you. Either you like it or not, either you believe it or not. You know, people say, I don't believe it. You don't need to believe it. It's like someone said, I don't believe in gravity. You don't need to believe in gravity. If you believe it, you don't believe it, it doesn't change the fact that gravity exists. It doesn't change it. It doesn't change it. So you believe it, you don't believe it. The only challenge is that not believing it is affecting you. Not believing is affecting you. You are better become more conscious and deliberate about the thoughts you think in your life, in your mind. Many people are not conscious. Someone said, mankind is surprised at what they see in their life, but they're not surprised about the way they feel inside. You don't understand? They are shocked about what they see in their reality, but they are not shocked about how they feel inside because they've not connected the thin line between what goes on in your subconscious mind and what you see in your reality. The day you begin to see that thin line and you become very conscious of it, every day, you begin to see a lot of changes in your life. The day you become conscious of it, that you are now very conscious, and in your mind, you are following the protocol that Paul recommended to guide your thinking. Whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are good report, whatsoever things are lovely. Think on this things. If you are not conscious of it, if you are not conscious of this thought process, and you don't do something about it in the new year, sincerely, have you ever wondered why resolution fail? This is the reason. If you don't become it internally, it will not happen externally. Am I making sense? If you don't, good morning, if you don't become it internally, it will never happen externally. The reason it is not happening externally is because it has not happened internally. Because you can only have what you already have. If you don't have it, you can't have it. You can only have what you already have. So the question is, how do I manifest? Like I said, it's a wrong question because you're already doing. It's important to state that your frequency can be described as your mental attitude because it combines two crucial aspects of your being, which are mental and attitude. Simply mean mind and emotion. These two give birth to your frequency because your mind and emotion influence your beliefs. your emotional conviction, your attention, your focus, mental attitude. So every day you are praying. How are you praying? With your mental attitude. Every day you are praying. How are you praying? With your mental attitude. The only challenge is that you are praying subconsciously. And guess what? It will be answered. Only that you will not like what is delivered. And many people don't like what is delivered. Why do they like it? Because of that mental state. Mental state. Mental state. So what is the best manifestation technique? Is it affirmation? Is it vision board? Is it scripting? Is it visualization? Is it positive confession? Is it prayer of agreement? Praise and what? Look. You see all those things? None of them will work if internally you have not changed. None of them will work. Go to the mountain, spend the whole year there. Nothing will change in your life. Nothing. Why? You have not changed internally. You don't believe everything you are praying for. You don't believe it. Because if you believe it, you will change internally. It will affect your mental attitude. It will show in what you say. It will show everything you do. But because it's not showing, it's the loudest evidence that you have not changed. Like I said earlier, this is the reason why many Christians are frustrated. Some are giving up. Actually, some are giving up. They're giving up. They're tired. Every year, it's like hope. Just managing hope. Many are giving up. They're just, some people are coming because so that they won't say, what's happening to you? They're tired. It's that this is not working. Why? Because they don't understand what they are doing to themselves by virtue of the way they are thinking. The kind of mindset they have, the thing they say, the thing they do. They are always at a frequency making them to order what they don't like. Is it not funny? Ordering what I don't like. I don't like it. I keep ordering it. Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. The reason you keep doing it because you don't even know you are doing it. Does it make sense? You don't understand what I'm saying? You don't know you are doing it because until you know, until you can trace it, you won't change it. Immediately you can trace it, that this is as a result of this, then I know if I change this, it's just a matter of time, this will change. But because I'm not changing this is not changing. And I tell you, no amount of prayer and fasting. Just kill yourself. You just kill yourself with fasting. You just kill yourself with fasting because nothing will change. Let me tell you what would happen. You will now become more frustrated. And then you will live in more. You don't believe. Yeah, I don't believe those things. Well, they say. Why? Because you are not in the state where you should be. My desire is that at the end of this, like I was saying before some of us joined, that I'm excited about 2025 because I'm sure by the time we get to middle of 2025, we'll probably have to have a physical meeting if possible, or have a session that people will just share how they practice this thing and the result they can see. Because when you see, you will want to do more. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. You're excited, you want to do more, because you can see that I can see a lot of changes in my life. I can see the result. Then I don't have any doubt as to the fact that this thing is real. Then I'm encouraged to want to continue. Then I won't joke with it. So that's why no matter what people do, you will be angry. Because look, it's too expensive to be angry. It's too expensive. It's too expensive to be angry. Look, don't you think it is imprisonment? I can't control the way you behave. And the way you behave makes me feel bad. Double tragedy. I can't control you. And allowing the way you behave make me feel bad. That's double tragedy. It doesn't make sense. If I can't control the way you behave, at least I should have control about how I feel. And indeed, I have control how I feel, only that I'm not conscious about the fact that the way I feel is what's determining what is happening in my life. So, in 2025, if conductor go away with your change, bless him and go. Don't be angry. If you're angry, it's a sign you don't believe you are wealthy. I'm telling you, you don't believe. Because if you are wealthy, we'll be worried that someone went away with a 500 naira. No, think about it. If you are wealthy, someone went to 500 naira, will you be bothered? Will you be bothered? If you are bothered, it's a sign you are not wealthy inside. And remember, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health as your soul prosper. That means your soul is in poverty. It's in poverty. And because it's in poverty, the principle of equilibrium will ensure that poverty reflects on the outside. There's nothing you can do about it. Just like osmosis and diffusion, the solute move from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration until equilibrium is established. The same principle ensures that solvents move from a region of lower concentration to a region of higher concentration until equilibrium is established. The system, I'm coming, Victor, ensures there is equilibrium. If you are poverty on the inside, it will be replicated on the outside. If you are wealthy on the inside, it will be replicated on the outside. Go ahead. Yes. Yes, that's why you are angry and sad. Because you could have, if you are wealthy and you lost 1,000, will you be angry and sad that you lost 1,000? Because you have more than enough. Why will you feel bad? It's like losing 1,000. It went away with it. But it's the same as losing 1,000. Yes. Yeah. No, the person saying it does not mean you have to do it. Is God telling you to do it? Well, you feel like you can give. There's nothing wrong with giving. There's nothing wrong with giving. But do you now always remember you are giving out of abundance. Out of abundance. So someone is asking you to give. Two things. There's nothing wrong in the giving. There's nothing wrong with you not giving. There's nothing wrong with the giving. There's nothing wrong with you not giving. It's a choice you make. But always remember, you reap whatever you sow. Not necessarily in cash, because that's another problem people have. They are looking for another cash come, not necessarily in cash. It can come in form of good health. It can come in form of opportunity. It can come in different form. It doesn't have to come in cash. But if I'm not giving because now let's say you really are convinced God wants you to do it, but you didn't do it because of fear of what you don't have, that's the problem. Do you understand what I'm saying now? My not giving, is it because of fear of what will I eat? Or I have a budget, this amount I want to give. This is the plan I have, and I follow my plan. Or, I can't do this, so, what will I eat? Do you understand what I'm saying? What is driving my decision? Is it the fear of not having? Or planning and strategy with my finance? What is driving it? Fear means you want to do it, but you can't do it because of the fear of what you don't have. That's what I'm saying. I'm sure of not having. That's what I'm saying. That fear is already a sign of lack of abundance internally. It's a sign of lack of abundance internally. That's why I said, you are not giving it because the person is asking. You are giving it because you believe in your heart God wants you to give. God spoke to you to give. You have that impression in your heart that I want to do this. Now, That you are convinced, now you didn't do it. Not because the person asked. You probably would have done it even if you didn't ask, but you still didn't do it. Why? Because of the poverty inside. Does it make sense now? The poverty inside.
So
if what? No, don't even do it. Go and work on yourself. Don't do it. Doing it is not making any difference. Because there's already fear now. Go and work on it. You do, you know, the fear is still there. You still do it in unbelief. So it's not changing anything. Nothing has changed. Go and work on the fear. What is making me to be afraid of giving 100 is poverty. Period. So I need to grow my soul to abundance, which is one of the things we'll be discussing later. I need to grow that abundance. I need to have that abundance internally, such that even if I don't have it physically, I know I have it. And like I said, the loudest evidence I have it is how I feel when I am in that situation. And I gave an example. I don't know if you were online then. What was the example I gave? Okay, you want to buy a phone. They didn't put tag there. How much? 1,000. It's still expensive. That's an evidence you don't have abundance. Keep working. What should you say? 1,000, okay. I'll get it next month. I'm coming to get it next month. I believe I'll get it. Get it next month. No, that so expensive. Why is it so expensive? Is it dollar? Which dollar is that one? You can easily know by the way you talk. Because the Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speak. You can easily know if you are there internally by what you say. Go ahead. No, I'll come and get it next month. I'll come and get it next day. I'll get it later. I'll get it later. I get your point. I'll get it later. I'll come back for it. Anytime I'll come back. Can be next month, next week. So it's good you talk about that timeline, because don't use time, because time puts you under pressure. And when we are under pressure, you become desperate. You know what desperation do? You send the frequency of not having it. It's a sign you don't have it. And you can only have what you already have. You say what?
Smart and specific. Time bound. So how do you?
I want to do this year. I want to do this year. If I don't know I'm not able to do it, I don't feel bad I'm not able to do it. That means I'm not under pressure of that time. Because I don't feel bad I'm not able to do it. The idea of avoiding time is that you don't put yourself under pressure, so that you don't send the wrong message that you don't have it. Because everything already exists. Everything is already available. Everything already exists. If I'm conscious of the fact that everything is available, everything already exists, it helps me to know that I have it. If I'm telling you, I want water, oh God, give me water, oh God. There's something wrong with you. You have the water now. Why are you praying for it? Thank God I have the water. Gratitude for having it. That should be after you pray, that should be your continuous state of mind and the way you behave, because you have it. If you keep repeating it, it's a sign you don't have it. Sorry, I need to change before. Unfortunately, I'm using the internet. It doesn't have okay. I've been able to connect. Yes, you want to say something? Okay, yes.
Is it not good to price? Like
to
price.
Why are you pricing? No, I'm not saying you should not price. I said, why are you pricing? Are you pricing because you can't afford it, or you're pricing? No, wait. Are you pricing because you can't afford it, or you're pricing to get value for money? Do you understand? Are you pricing because you can't afford it? Or you're pricing to get value? That means I want to maximize my money. I want to get more value for my money. That means that amount, I can pay it. Only that I want to buy it at a better rate. And it's different from, what do you want you? Or saying, 1.5, I would like to buy for 1.1. What do you think? How much is it? Can I get 1.1? So I'm not pricing like someone that is afraid of the amount. I'm pricing like someone who can actually afford that, but I want to get more value for my money. So I'll ask for a cheaper rate. I want to get more value. So I ask for a cheaper rate. Can you see the difference now? So you see, it's the mental attitude and consciousness. Look, you don't know what this thing is doing to us as humans. What it's doing to us as humans. It's a big challenge. But the goal of this conversation is to ensure that 2025, that's why my desire is that to be your best year. No, I'm serious. And I'm not joking about this. My desire would be to see 1 or 2 or 3 testimonies of the impact so that you will be able to help us talk to other people so that they will understand that what has happened is their understanding of what they are trying to do and achieve that they're not getting.
There is testimony already.
Their understanding of what they're trying to do or get that they don't understand how best to go about. Let me quickly round up. We are still on the first session and I'm already almost 3 hours. Hold on. I told you we have a long day and lunch will soon be here. Now, I was talking about the fact that which technique work, and I was talking about different technique. Yes, I remember. Different technique. And that prayer, fasting, worship, anything you do to get what you want from God is a technique of manifestation. Affirmation, visualization, positive confession, praying, fasting, worship. None of them will work if you don't change. None of them if you don't change. You are the most important. You are the most important. Because you are the most important. If you change, then your reality will change. If you don't change, your reality will not change. Therefore, this technique needs fuel. Technique are nothing more than just vehicles. A vehicle cannot get you to your desired destination without having fuel inside. Therefore, this technique needs fuel to take you from one point to another. And the fuel in this case is the emotional conviction that it is going to work. So my prayer is going to bring in my desired reality. My worship is going to bring in my desired reality. Someone said there are plenty testimony already. I want to hear it. Someone is saying that online. There are plenty testimony already. Therefore, this technique needs fuel. This is the degree to which you are emotionally convinced that this technique is going to work. How convinced are you that your prayer is going to work? How convinced are you? How convinced are you that your prayer is working or it has worked? How convinced are you? How convinced are you that your prayer is going to work? That is the only thing that makes it work, because it is the emotional conviction that empowers the techniques to work. This exactly is the reason why affirmation works for some people, but does not work for some people. This is exactly why visualization works for some people, but does not work for some people. This is exactly why scripting works for some people, but does not work for some people. This is why prayer works for some people, but does not work for some people. This is exactly why fasting works for some people, but does not work for some people. If you want to do visualization, you need to be crystal clear about what you want. That is, you should be able to describe it how you will feel when you get it. How do you know what you want? Being able to describe how you will feel when you get it. How do you know what you want? Being able to describe how you will feel when you get it. How do you know what you want? Being able to describe how you will feel when you get it. I want to get married. How will I feel? Have I seen that marriage play out in my mind? Have I seen it play out in my mind? Have I seen the guy or the lady not necessarily putting any face to it, but seeing myself in that situation? Have I seen it? If I have not seen it, believe it, excited about it, talk like someone that has had it, I'm joking. Why? Because you can only have what you already have. Many people don't believe their prayers. How do I know? They repeat it every day. Because they don't believe that saying it yesterday, it has happened. They say it every day. Rather than thanking God for it, giving gratitude to it, imagining it every day and seeing themselves in it every day, feeling that it has happened. No, they are still crying and believing that it will happen. That's why I said you must define your definition. What is your definition of odd answer prayer? If your definition is seeing it physically, very wrong definition. Because your eyes is defective. He said the just shall live by faith, not by sight. The just shall live by faith, not by sight. If you are living by sight, you are not just. You are not just. You will be justifying that thing. You won't get it because you want to see it physically, and your eyes are deceptive. Always remember. You know, we're human. We might forget this thing, but immediately you remember, your eyes are defective. So that means that I've not seen it physically does not mean it has not happened. Because he has given to us all things that pertain to life and godliness. All. But because I've not seen it physically does not mean it has not happened. Because my eyes can only see only 0.0035% of reality. So I can't see it yet, but it's happening already. It has happened already, but it has not physically manifested. But I should not talk and behave and act like someone that does not know that reality has happened. If this is not done, the frequency you send out to God's system will not match the product code of your desired reality that you're trying to order. In visualization of desired reality, do not watch yourself manifest, but rather you need to be inside it. Visualize it in the first person. I am doing it. I am going to the altar. I have the house. I have the job. I have it. In the first person. Stay the reality that you are in it and not watch it happen. An easier way to do this is to see your loved one congratulate you for manifesting your desired reality. This means you see them, you hug them, you hear them, you feel them. Keep this scene in your mind for a few seconds and then replay it frequently. You need to keep praying, right? That's the prayer in your mind. Replay it frequently. See that scene you created, just the way something happened now, and you can remember. I can remember how that thing happened that day. I saw it. I can see it now. You see that thing you are remembering? That's exactly the way you should bring it to remembrance. Always. And keeping it in your mind, that reality, and having that feeling as frequently as you can in the course of your day. Of course, in your quiet time in the morning, these are the things you want to see, you want to do. You want to ensure you embody who you have become, and it's already, so you don't have any doubt in your mind, even though there is a reality around that appears not happening. And I told you what is happening at that time is testing you. You say you believe it, Abby. Okay, let's see it now. So something will happen. The conductor will take away your check. The job, you went for the interview, and they said, no, we are not hiring you. One disappointment or the other, you say, what is happening to me? What is happening to my life? Why is my life like this? You see those statements? Their evidence, don't believe. And it's good you know, because that's a feedback to you. Maybe you have that feedback, you know, okay, I need to keep at it and ensure. I need to get to that point that I have no doubt in my mind that it has happened. He said, whatsoever you desire when you pray, believe you receive, and you shall have it. The real problem is receiving. And all I've been talking about is receiving. Because if I receive it, I will receive it. If I don't receive it, I will not receive it. I will not receive it. Allow yourself to feel all the emotion of peace, love, joy, satisfaction until you feel you are losing energy and then stop. When your eye open, you are now in the desired reality. And throughout the day, inject the thought, the feeling you get, and you will not that you will normally have in your desired reality now, and feel those emotions now. This is a tested and proven recipe for manifestation because it taps into the most important recipe for manifestation, and this is repetition and emotion. More important than any technique that you could ever possibly do is the belief that what you are doing is the right thing to do and it will work. That means don't pray if you don't believe prayer will work. Don't meditate if you don't believe meditation will work. Don't fast if you don't believe fasting will work. Whatever you are doing as a practice towards what you are believing God for, you must believe in that thing. Because sometimes people do things because it's okay. They say we should pray and fast. That's why I'm praying and fast. So to see if it will happen. They say we should do it. So he doesn't believe in it. And remember, there's nothing true in your reality other than what your subconscious mind have accepted as true. Does that make sense to you? There's nothing true in your reality. But if I believe that by just worshiping God, I will get my desired reality. If I believe it, or just spending time, just being alone, meditating, visualizing, or just confessing, if I believe it, there is no truth in your reality other than what your subconscious mind have accepted as true. This is the reason why in this same Lagos, some people say, there's no love in Lagos. In this same Lagos, some lady will tell you, men are wonderful. Two realities. And if you say women are prostitute, men are scum, you will always meet scum men and prostitute women. Why? There's no truth in your reality other than what your subconscious mind have accepted as true. You are going to always attract those into yourself because that is remember, the frequency, the product code of what you are ordering from abroad. That's what you order. So what you get is not that one that said what I ordered, but what I got. This one is what you order is what you got. What you ordered is exactly what you got. More important than any technique that you could ever possibly do is belief. Please note that anyone that wants to exploit you in your spiritual journey is going to externalize your power. You need oil. You need water. You need to go to this mountain. You need to go to this valley. The deception in this life, eh? You need this one. Let me tell you, if you believe it and you have it, it's not the thing. It's the belief in that thing. It's the belief. That's why, look, some people will tell you that, by virtue of being Christian, we have an advantage, but we don't leverage on that advantage. Some of these things I talk about, I deliberately ensure I quote scriptures. If I talk about this in a non-religious setting or people that are not Christian, I'll just talk normally and I'll be more conscious of physics and science deliberately because of the way they think. But I use this to let you know that there's something about, when you read, please take note of this. When you read, particularly the Bible, you don't read, you read your frequency. You read your consciousness. That's why we all read the same thing and see different things. You know, making sense. Have you read a book before? A book. Let's say read your Poor Dad. You read it this year. 3 years later, you read it. If you have grown, you will see what you didn't see there before. How many of you have listened? What you never see, you will see. Why? Because of the growth. So you don't, when you read, you don't read, you read your consciousness. You read to the level of your awareness. Such that if you are not aware, you won't see those things. You will only see your level. You remain at that level because you are not growing by virtue of what you are learning and what you are consuming. So that you, now, with the way I've emphasized as a man thinketh, if you are reading it now, if you find yourself reading it, you shouldn't be reading it the way you were reading it before. If you read, guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issue of life. Now you know, indeed, the issue of life, they are the issue of life. Now you know the issue of life. Now you know they are the issue of life. You now know when the Bible says the issue of life. Now you know that is that what? Now you know indeed they are the issue of life. Out of it, in fact, I've had a lot of issue from it. I've had a lot of issue from it. Indeed, they are the issue of life. Because you don't read. You read your consciousness. You read your level of awareness. It shows in everything. It shows in everything. You now begin to see what you were not seeing before. You now begin to see how what happened. You now connect what happened to Job vis-a-vis what he was thinking before it happened. You now begin to see how reality of human being is shaped by their mental declaration all the day long. Immediately you begin to see this, you become more conscious of how you live. In fact, you'll be more conscious of what you see, even on TV, on the internet, because your focus is your alignment. If you focus on watching things that make you to believe something wrong, for example, you are going to begin to think in the wrong way. For example, if you see someone that will analyze for you why money is the root of all evil, and you listen, when you finish listening to that person, you cannot want to manifest financial prosperity in your life again. Why? You want to manifest evil? You don't understand. Let me tell you. Any belief you have in your life that does not serve you is controlling you. Any belief in your life that does not serve your purpose or the purpose of God in your life is controlling you. Any belief that does not, can you go and check? It's like that thing I'm perceiving film. Just go and check. Maybe it didn't come out very well, or the film is not. Any belief, maybe you drag it out a little so that the film can come on. That does not serve you is controlling you. It's controlling you. So there are beliefs we hold that is controlling us, and we are not conscious of it. A person that believes that all men are cheat can never have a good marriage, I can assure you. He can't. He can't. He can't. Because he will always only come across men that cheat. Why? There's no truth in reality other than what your subconscious mind have accepted as true. If you accept it as true, so be it. Be it unto you according to your faith. If you believe, there's no money in Nigeria, this country is finished. In fact, can you imagine over 133 multi-dimensional poverty people in Nigeria? Can you imagine? How will someone survive in this country? There's no truth in reality other than what subconscious mind have accepted as true. If you accept that and believe it, that's your reality. That's not to say that's not the fact, but that does not change the fact that in this same economy, people are making a killing legitimately. Legitimately. I'm not talking about people stealing. So, your attention is your alignment. Because your attention is on the poverty of the country, you have aligned with it. You attract it. Your attention is your alignment. If your attention is on the prosperity of the land and the possibility in that right, that's also what you find coming your way. Because your attention is your alignment. Your attention is your alignment. Your attention is your alignment. The base of your frequency solely rely on normality. Whatever you find normal, fit into your frequency. And whatever resonates with your frequency will resonate in your reality. Whatever you find normal. So you are in a state. Do you find this state normal? Be unhappy. You don't believe people can be excited, joyful. Being sad is normal. Being disappointed is normal. In fact, you expect it. You call it managing expectation. So you expect it to go bad. So when it goes bad, why are you surprised? Because you're expecting it already. You're expecting it. You're expecting it. Why? Because of the environment. That's why some cliche also you must avoid. Some cliche you must avoid. Because it influences us, either we like it or not. Because whatever you say, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. So don't normalize what you don't want. Am I making sense? So for example, don't normalize. I was talking to someone. Someone was talking, I think it was online. And I was saying that some children entering plane and being in first class is abnormal. It's like downgrading them. Because all their life, they're always in private jets. All their life. They're in private jet. All their life. Don't normalize lack or poverty. Don't normalize it. It's abnormal. Don't see it as normal. It's the way Nigeria is. They don't know. Because when you normalize it, you are resonating at a frequency that is poverty. That means poverty is normal. Rather than resonating at a frequency of abundance. You can't normalize poverty and be shocked that there's poverty in your environment. You can't normalize lack of job and be shocked you don't have a job. You are normalizing it. If it's abnormal to you, that means the way you think, you believe in abundance, you think this thing is possible, it's available. I don't have it does not mean it's not available. It's different from, I don't even know, this country, the way things are going. If someone is even going to even be able to make both ends meet, if someone is, and I'm not disputing the fact that that's the reality of society, but that's not the reality of everybody in Nigeria. Am I making sense? That's the reality of the generality of society. You can come out of that general. You don't need to be among the 98% that think general. You can be among the 2% that think differently. That believe that in spite of this situation, this will not be normal. What do you find normal in your life? Do you find it normal that all men are going to disappoint you or let you down? Do you find it normal for people to die young in your family? Do you find it normal that it's difficult to get a job? Do you find it normal that it's difficult to get a good man or good husband or good wife? Do you find it normal to have a bad day? Do you find it normal for your business, that your business is going to crash? Do you find it normal that your life is going to be very difficult? Do you find it normal that you're going to be unlucky? Do you find it normal that things are not going to work the way you plan it? Do you find it normal? Please note that whatever you find normal experience in your life will definitely find you. Whatever you find normal in your experience in life will find you. Remember, goodness and mercy shall follow you. Same way, sadness and challenges of life shall find you also, if you position for it. Because goodness and mercy shall follow you. You are not supposed to pursue it. You're supposed to position for it. How do you position for it? By ensuring that you are always connected to Him. By ensuring you are always at a higher frequency of love, joy, and peace. But if you choose to be at the lower level of vibration of shame, anger, sadness, hatred, you are going to also ensure you are positioning yourself so that the vicissitude of life, the challenges of life, the issues of life finds you. Note that whatever you find normal in your experiences of life will find you. This is exactly what you will see in your reality, because this is the frequency that you are releasing. Because as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. You are pedestalizing, putting far beyond your reach. You are pedestalizing your desired reality. That is why it is not normal to you. You are pedestalizing, you are putting it on a pedestal. You are putting it far beyond you. That is why it's not normal to you. If you do not normalize it in your life, then it will find it difficult. You will find it difficult to attain in your life. Therefore, you need to downgrade your desired reality. That is, you need to take your desired reality for granted. Just the same way you take breathing for granted. The same way you take talking for granted. The same way you take drinking for granted. You see that's normal, something you can do. Take that desired reality for granted. Don't pedestalize it like something that cannot be achieved. Don't see it as being far-fetched. See it, it's normal that you can be very comfortable and afford anything you want in life. It's normal. It's normal. It's normal. So the bigger the importance you give your desired reality, the bigger the space between you and that desired reality. This is the reason why people who have the most in life need it the least, and the people that need it the least have it the most. The people that need it the least have it the most. The people that need it the most have it the least. Because you can only have what you already have. Take this statement and extrapolate to different aspects of your life. Money, job, property, spouse, children, customer prospect in your business. The more you need it, the more you put it on a pedestal. The more importance you give it, the more the space between you and that reality, the lower the chance of achieving it. A lot can begin to change in your life if you begin to see your desired reality as normal experience of your life. So the question then is, how long does your desired manifestation take to materialize? You see that question? If you ask that question, it's a sign you have not been following. How long does your desired reality take to materialize? Answer. Now, if you asking that question, how long, is a sign that it's still far away from you. It's not with you. Asking that question is a sign that it's still far away and not with you. A lot can begin to change in your life if you begin to see that reality as normal experience of life. Manifestation takes as long as from the moment from when you put on your jacket to the moment you take it off. Manifestation is instant. From the time you take the take the jacket to the time you put it on. The moment you can feel it, the moment you can have the emotional conviction, you have manifested already. It has been answered already. Because You do not need to wait for physical reality to change. If you still need to wait for the reality to change physically, then you don't understand the concept of manifestation or answer to prayer, because you can only have what you already have. If you don't have it, then you don't have it. If you have not received it, then you will not receive it. Let me take your question. I've spoken for about 3 hours. We still have 2 or 3 more sessions today. We'll continue tomorrow at 12. Yes. What have you learned? And what are your questions? Like I said, I love the feedback. I'm ready to get some feedback from some people, actually. You know, we've been on this for about 8 weeks. And I said we'll be on this for the rest of 2025. I'm telling you. We'll be looking at this from different dimensions in 2025. And the reason why we'll be looking at it from different dimensions in 2025 is because my desire would be that you, and you know, there's one thing God has given us as human. Imagination is free. It's free. So don't be afraid to dream. But when you are dreaming, ensure what you are dreaming is something you can believe. Do you understand what I'm saying? You know, I can dream and I don't believe it because it's too big. So do it stepwise. 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 You achieve one, then the next 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 one. Don't do big at once. Do you understand what I mean? Let me give an example. If your soul is at the level of 1 million, don't be asking for 10 million. That this year I want to make 10 million. No, you can't be asking, because you don't even you'll be afraid of that step because you don't imagine
12
it.
hours.
But when you are at the level where you believe it, you know that no, at this point now, yes, I think now if you have done 1, 3 or 4 or 5, it's easy. When you done 5, 10, 15, it's easy. Am I making sense? Am I making sense? Don't go for something that you yourself know you can't even believe it, because you need to believe it. And each victory will give you some order to win. Immediately you achieve this, then you can achieve the next, then you can achieve the next, then you can achieve the next. That's why I say imagination is free. But what you must not do is to get to that point where you are not conscious of what goes on in your mind. You need to, you must, don't, please, I beg you, don't even let it happen. Because a lot of things will come that will want to sway you to let it happen. But your response will show if you believe whatever it is you are trying to manifest in your reality. So, online, question or comment? What have you learned? I think you should drop your question online. I reflected on the previous conversation and connecting with the present. Very good. Very good. Very good. Yes. Yes. I've said it separately. I don't pray, yeah?
Now, there was no ask the question that he had a dream one time and he prayed about it. After praying about it, you just say, why did it happen?
Because of fear. He feared. He didn't believe that prayer. You don't know your action is prayer. That I ignore it. It's a prayer. It's a sign I don't believe it. And be it unto you according to your faith. You know, our mind, religion has so messed up our mind that we find it difficult. That how will I have a bad dream and I will not pray? Because I don't know that by not praying, it's a sign that I don't believe it. And if I don't believe it, it will not happen. And that when I pray, I can pray and it will happen because I really praying because of fear, not because I believe I believe in that prayer. Many prayer is born out of fear. Many prayer is born out of fear. And guess what? Fear is a mentally transmitted disease. Fear, guilt, doubt, shame. These are mental creation that can destroy you. You must do everything possible to prevent them. And if you look at the chart I often show you on the what's the name? On the frequency of vibration of different emotion, you see that fear, guilt, shame, they are all below. They destroy even your cells. They destroy your body. They destroy you as human. It's fear. It's fear. He doesn't believe that prayer. Many people, you don't understand. I said many people don't believe what they pray about. You don't get it. They don't believe it. And it shows. Because as they are saying it, they are afraid. What if it happen? What if it happen? What if it happen? What if it happen? And they keep going and pray again. The prayer is just like, what do you call it? Like a chore you do for necessity. Not because I believe what I'm saying. Because if I believe it, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. If I believe it, to show in what I say. It will show in what I do. It will show in how I acted. I'm acting rather. It will show. It will show. That's why I said, question your reaction to things. Just monitor yourself. So when you see the way you react, you know, you can see, that's a sign. So you know that, okay, I need to go and deal with this thing. So when you begin to do it, someone did something bad to you and you want to, I will change it for him. That's a sign you are not a peaceful person. You don't have peace inside. If you have peace, you give peace. If you have peace, you will give peace. You see? If you have peace, you give peace. You will not change it for him. Because you don't have what it takes to change it for him. Because you can only give what you have. If you don't have chaos, you can't give chaos. If you don't have chaos, you can't give chaos. If you give chaos, you have chaos. Period. So your action is a reflection of what you have inside. You want to say something?
Yeah.
No. It's not just playing the role. It's understanding. So you've done something stupid. Give me an example. Can you give me an example? Give me an example of someone did that pay you. Yes.
Some years back, I created a group, those students association.
Okay.
So actually, before we finish our secondary school, they merged two schools together. So you have school 1 and school 2. Now one school is school 2. So when I created that group, I merged the two sets together.
Okay, because you have the detail.
Because we finished together.
Okay.
So I created the group and I named it WhatsApp program.
Okay, the two schools together.
Students
okay.
Together. So the group was very active. People were supporting each other.
Okay.
So there was a guy in school 1. He now brought an idea that I should merge another group.
Is it 3 schools they merged together?
No, the thing is, while I was doing that group, they have another group.
Oh, that is the same set of people.
The same set of people.
But another person.
So what they were doing is that some of them were in that group I created. They were also in the group that only their school.
Oh, okay. So you can bring people there to this place.
So he now said I should bring people from their own
to this place
to my own group that I created. So the thing is, when he said that thing, I felt, well, since the group is meant for the two, let me merge the two together. So along the line, when I merged them, I asked them to join the group. Not knowing that the group, he didn't close that group, he still left that group there, operating that group. So it was when we started having issues, like we planned a reunion. We went and chatted some people that they should contribute money separately. So some people chatted me that this guy is telling some people to contribute money.
So what's the summary? Go of time.
So the summary is this. Along the line, somebody hijacked the group. And somebody told me that the guy was the one that said that thing. They hijacked the group. The reunion we did, he hijacked the election. This guy, the same person, just because he wants to be the president. So, to cut the long story short, the person he used to hijack the election was the one they had issue with.
Okay.
Later in the day, because they were contributing money, and the money he asked them to send the money to the guy's
account
bank where the guy works. Like
okay, his bank. Okay.
Yeah, the guy is working with UBA. So he now had issue with the guy. So it was later when he had issue with that guy that I now discovered that it was something they planned from the beginning. I was so upset.
Hold on. So that's where I'm going. Is the upset part I'm going. Hold on. Now, the issue is even too minor. I mean, the union. Some people are there, some people are not there. Whenever you gather people together, you expect people to have different motives, yes, and mindset. Now, the question is, this person has done something I don't like. So what happened afterwards? That's the summary. Someone said, okay. Saying an Remo does not make sense. Does not mean we have to be close. But I don't need to hate the person. I don't need to keep malice. I don't need to looking for his downfall. You might not show you hate someone. You might say, but somewhere inside you, you wish. Let me tell you, if you wish someone bad, it's a sign you don't understand that we are all connected. There's no separation in the realm of the spirit. There's no separation. Separation is an illusion. Just the time is an illusion. The reason why there is separation here is because of space and matter. But in the real sense of the word, we are connected. Meaning, if I do you evil, I will be myself evil. If you don't understand that, you will not understand the reason why Jesus said, love your neighbor as yourself and love God. Science is making us to understand a lot of things that Jesus said today, that when you now understand it, for me, it makes a lot of sense. It makes the word logical. It makes it easier for me to live by that principle. Because, like, okay, before some of you joined when we started, I was talking about people eating, what's the name? Sugar. And they said they should stop, and they refuse to stop. And then when they have diabetics, they learn to stop because they now know the reason why. And I said the reason why many people find it difficult to obey some instruction in the Bible because they don't know why. When they know why today, they won't argue about it. They are so aware of the reason why this is not something they should do. I'm coming to it. Never be afraid to dream, but ensure you are dreaming about what you are dreaming about is something your mind can believe in. Okay, yeah, thank you. And someone is asking, yes, I will come to you to talk online. Please, hold on, yes.
About who you are, vis-a-vis what's circumstances. So, for instance, if you are in an environment and you are exhibiting some particular characteristics because you're in that environment, I'm trying to establish the difference between who you are. For instance, someone that has been in Ibadan or someone that has been in a place like Ibadan or a place where there's less population comes to Lagos.
Is it someone in Ibadan?
Yes,
okay,
comes to Lagos and sees that in Lagos everybody struggles for us.
So what's the question?
And the next couple of days you become the kind of person that struggles for us, jumping. So how do you differentiate between environmental factors?
The question is everybody in Lagos behaving that way?
So
everybody in Lagos is not behaving that way. Everybody in Lagos is not behaving that way. That is behaving that way is where he finds himself in Lagos. It's not Lagos that makes him. It's the place he finds himself and his level of awareness. Because I can be in a place that I know when I'm aware, I need to be here at this time. But I don't like what these people are doing. And I will not do it because I'm aware of what I should not do it. I can be in a place where I don't like what they are doing, but I need to be here temporarily. I know I will be leaving here very soon. And I will not allow myself to be influenced by that because I'm aware of the implication of being influenced that way. It's when you are not aware of the implication that you allow yourself, because you always have control about whether you will or not. You always, if you don't know you have control, then you have lost your power as human being. You always have control. And someone used a very good example. I'm sure you know this example. Someone that he cannot do, in fact, anything in skirt, he must sleep with it. If he see anything in skirt, until he sleep with it, will not. He now saw a lady, they are smooching, kissing, caressing, and the lady said, I want to tell you something. I want to say, he said, no. When I start, I must finish. And the lady said, I have HIV. Is he going to continue? Is he going to continue? Suddenly you know you have control. Control, what are you talking about? You have not just put the information in your head that give you power. But the lady gave you the information. Suddenly, the power came out. You will regulate immediately. You don't let that decide ourselves. We always have the power. People just find a way to explain the foolishness of their action. Find a way to justify it. You're just justifying it. You can. You have control. So don't let anybody say you don't have control about the way you respond or react to situation of life. You have it. That you exercise it, it's a different ballgame. That you are aware you have it, it's a different ballgame. Because you need to first be aware, which is why I said the other time that I cannot control how you behave. I should be able to control how I will respond. That's double tragedy now. I can't control you, I can't control myself. I'm in prison. I'm in prison now. If I can't control you because you are a human and you have your freedom, I should be able to control the way I feel based on your behavior. I should not allow my internal peace to be disturbed because of your foolishness. That, in fact, that for me is a sign that I'm powerless. Someone call it learned powerlessness. Learned powerlessness. You are the one that makes yourself powerless by saying you can't control because of the way someone behaves. Because immediately you know the implication of misbehaving also. You won't change it for him. The way they say in Lagos Palace or is in Nigeria Palace. I go change it for you. Okay, let me hear from online. Go ahead, FTS.
Doctor, well done, sir.
Yes, sir.
Well done, sir, doctor.
Yes.
We appreciate you so much.
Thank you, sir.
You remain, as I say, mystical and lively, unrelenting, interesting, and realistic. More grease to your abdomen in Jesus' name.
Thank you.
Amen.
Now, I have so much, but there are things I like to pass comment and ask questions.
Okay.
For 2025, in fact, I've spent, I don't want to be too, let me say I've reflected over your past teachings highly seriously, digesting, analyzing, and planning, upgrading myself. Now, increase high frequency of vibration.
Yes.
You mentioned meditation.
Yes.
Intermittent fasting, silence. Keep your words and abide by it.
Okay, that's the last session.
Yeah, I told you I have to go back and listen because the way I can get the best, your mystical and the scientific analysis, you can't get everything in one teaching. You have to go back.
And listen.
So that's what I've done. Correct. That's what I've done. I've been doing that for quite some days now. Now, achieving high frequency of vibration is where the work is.
Yes.
For me. And I'll pick one. In 1 Timothy chapter 4, Bible talk about meditate on these things.
Give yourself wholly to them.
What should be the content of my meditation? Achieving that alone is a big work because of so many distractions around. You also try to help by saying, just be still for 10 minutes. Find a quiet place.
Yes.
But you know, you can be still physically, but the mind can still be wandering here and there.
Now, so you can catch your mind. So that means I want to still and stay focused, and I want to ensure I'm not thinking of anything, and I can catch myself. So the discipline is to catch myself whenever my mind sway, I come back. But I need to be conscious at that point. And one way to do is you can focus on a particular part of your body. Some people say focus on your brain or your heart or a part of the body. Or focus on your breath. Some people focus on breath. The idea is to ensure that you are focusing on one thing so that when your mind moves, you are conscious and you bring yourself back. Because if you are conscious, you will know when your mind moves and something else. And actually, the discipline is actually to be able to remain in that state in which my mind is not jumping up and down.
Doctor.
Yes, sir.
If I take the stage, I may continue to dominate, but let me ask another question.
Okay.
You said that you do 20 hours intermittent fasting. And
yes.
that's and you now begin to tell me you are telling us the level of the response of the body and the
yes.
advantages at each stages of responses.
Yes.
What are the hormones that are released, the
yes.
testosterone, and all that and all that. That's another high level of self-discipline that when you are even hungry, it's not that it is because your stomach is empty, drink water and remain.
Exactly.
And you can talk for hours. Many people think that riches is to eat all kind of junks.
Yes.
Just uncontrollably.
Yes.
So which means multi-currency world. What do you eat? What are the content of your food? And how do you achieve high level of that vibration taking 20 hours of intermittent fasting? If not always, but most times.
No, the body actually adjusts over time. Particularly if it's someone that someone does not have ulcer before, that's an advantage. But if someone have an ulcer before, that will be a little challenge. That means the person will have to take it slowly. But someone that don't have ulcer before, it's an advantage in the sense that then you can easily increase it. And I talk about the fact that the easy way to increase the number of hours of fasting is to eat by 6 p.m. and don't eat until 12 noon the next day. Because if you eat by 6 p.m., by the time you wake up, you've already done 12 hours. Then, if you're now able to do another 3 hours, maybe you eat by 9, that's already 15 hours. If you now choose to eat by 12, that's 18 hours already. But what I discover is, when you start, it will be a bit difficult because the body is not used to it. That's why you need to have water available to be able to take in water, because when you feel hungry, your body does not need food. It's the stomach telling you it's empty. Yes, now, it's the stomach telling you it's empty. Your body does not need food. The way you know your body does not need food is the fact that you're active. You're active. You're able to do whatever it is you want to do. So if you now take water to ensure the stomach is not emptied, take a lot of water, over time, the stomach adjusts. Your body will even adjust. It's so serious for me now that it's strange for me to want to eat breakfast. It's strange to want to eat in the morning. Very strange. Why? Because I typically eat from 12, 1, 2, 3, typically. And by 4, 5, I'm done for the day.
Wow.
Yeah, by 4, 5, I'm
fantastic.
Done for the day. By 4, 5. So what that does, it helps the body to rejuvenate. You have more strength. What's the time now? It's 12.
After 12.
My last meal, I have an app I used to monitor myself. My last meal, I'm trying to check the app. My last meal yesterday was Friday, Abby. Okay, I had
Yes.
today. I took something at 9 yesterday, 9. And if not for probably the treatment we have here, I probably can continue now till 6. Day before, that's Thursday. Thursday, Wednesday to Thursday, I stopped eating 5 on Wednesday. I didn't eat until 2 on Friday. On Friday, yes.
Fantastic.
On Thursday, Wednesday to Thursday. Do you understand? So sometimes up to 24 hours, particularly if I'm busy. Now, I'm saying that to say the body is used to it. I'm just telling you what the body is capable of doing. The body can't get used to it. And at the end of the day, when you get used to it, it's now better for you because as I'm talking now, it's not showing that I'm not eating today.
Another thing, doctor.
Yes.
Doctor, you know what I observed that does?
Yes.
It enhance the thinking level. It increases
Yes.
high frequency
You get
of
the point,
vibration.
sir. You get the point. You actually think clearly. Why?
And the brain block, clogging
The
would
brain
be
fog is
very
removed.
very
Very correct.
limited.
Very correct.
And you know, you have dwelled so much on mindset, changing the mind. If you don't crucify the flesh, the mind cannot change.
Yes. No, but the mind, you're right. But the issue now is that I need to first of all be conscious of this information to be able to do it.
Correct.
I need to be conscious. If I know and I understand the implication, then I can do it. But like I said, if the flesh is crucified, actually, a lot of things become a lot easier. A lot of things become easier. The big question now, the word you use is actually the exact word, but I deliberately avoid it so that someone who probably have issue with some Christian terminology can still appreciate the conversation without necessarily attaching some religiosity to it. But what you said is exactly what happened. You're actually putting the flesh under subjection.
You talk about avatar. Can you explain more?
Okay, so
you said ego is the vehicle, the spirit is the driver.
Yes.
I'm talking about your previous
discussion. I know. I want to explain it. The real you is inside.
I'm with you, sir.
The real you is inside. The body is the avatar. It's just a case that I live in. And that's very important because the challenge for many is to think they are their body. You are not your body. You are not your body, which is why immediately the spirit leaves, the body becomes lifeless. Because it's like software and hardware. The hardware is the casing, but what powers it is the software that is inside. The hardware is useless if the software is not active. So it will be sad for the hardware to be controlling the software when the software should be the one controlling the hardware. But for many, it's the hardware controlling the software. So what they do is based on what they see. It's based on their 5 senses, not what they want to do based on their being on the inside.
There are other conflicting forces, actually. Number one, there are other conflicting forces that one need to also, I want you to just enlighten me more.
Okay.
Like the kind of friends that you keep, the kind of environment you find yourself, the kind of training, the kind of school you go, is that the thing are limiting the real self.
Yes. In fact,
if you don't get out of all those and be able to really get that self-discovery right, you'll be limited in all phases because the reality of self-discovery is still absent.
In fact, the real issue for many people is what you just mentioned. That when people have learned, the reason they are not able to put it on You know, when Jesus was giving a parable and said, some fell among thorns, and the thorn shook it. That's exactly what you are explaining. The fact that that's where consciousness comes in. For me to be able to ask myself, if I pick a belief system, where did I pick it from? It's either from school, from home, family, from school, from media, and from religious organization. Now, unfortunately, religiosity control people in the media. Religiosity control people in school. Religiosity control people at home. So at the end of the day, the core actually is belief system of people. So if I'm deliberate, if I'm aware of what is influencing my belief system, then I'm conscious, very conscious of the things I listen to. I'm conscious of the friends I keep, the places I go, because either I like them or not, they are going to come back to me. And in as much as I have control in myself to be able to decide what I would do, I shouldn't be making myself to always have to fight against these forces. Rather, as much as possible, I want to distance myself from it. So some people don't do some things for this reason. For example, there are billionaires in the world who don't watch TV. They don't. And in fact, there is one TV star that said he doesn't allow her children to watch TV. He's a TV star. Eh?
Dangote said he doesn't want
You know
TV.
why? You know why?
Hmm.
Number one, they are very busy. Very, very busy. In fact, someone put it this way. If you are always watching TV, you won't be found on TV. Because the people that are found on TV, they take the camera to where they are, busy, adding value. But the reason why some people don't do it because of, news, the real news is negative news. When you hear news, the news, positive news does not trend. What trend is negative? Now, when you allow yourself to be exposed a lot to negative, it affects your frequency of vibration because you are changing your focus to the negative.
Fantastic.
You are changing your focus to the negative. So you are deliberate on what you are focusing because attention is currency. Whether you like it or not, you are spending it every day. And guess what? Because it's an investment, you will reap it sooner or later. It's an investment. It's an investment. Your attention is an investment. So if I don't control what I'm focusing my attention on, I shouldn't be then surprised about what I'm seeing in my reality because I'm already focusing on the wrong thing. So it's a lot of discipline. But what I discovered is over time, you get used to it. Because at the beginning, it looks. If I tell people now, in fact, yesterday, my son broke the TV in the house. My wife, I said, are you bothered? We don't watch it now. So, I would like to beat and shouting because of TV. We don't watch it. If I fix it, I'll fix it maybe because of when grandma come or but ordinarily we don't watch it.
So much to do.
Exactly, you get the point. You get the point. So I don't even remember it's there. So we don't even remember to pay for DSTV. The only thing I remember is when grandma come and grandma will be hiding.
Doctor, you know why I said that your teaching is mystical now and that many people cannot get the knowledge except they are intentional about it.
Yeah.
A.W. Tosa introduced me to the mystical side of Christianity. I'm telling you something. When I have almost all the series of A.W. Tosa, if you read A.W. Tosa, you understand the mystical side of Christianity. You now crown it with your scientific mind and analysis. It's awesome.
It makes the mystical become explainable.
Exactly. And feed, I have to go and read the quantum field frequency myself. in order to
Fantastic.
get the best from
Fantastic.
all the teaching you have.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Sir, it's also just let me stop here. Maybe I will have one-on-one with you
All
later.
right, no problem.
I know you are busy, but you will. Thank you very much. God bless
All
you.
right,
Help me greet your wife.
Thank you very much. All right, any other comment?
Yeah, welcome.
Question? Any other comment? We still have about 2 sessions today. Any other comment and question? How do you what? How do you overcome fear? No, fear is a sign of your focus. Anytime anything happens and I'm afraid, the next thing I ask myself is, what am I focusing on? Fear in your life is a sign of your focus and attention. All you need to do is to change your focus. All you need to do. So immediately I switch my focus, the way I feel will change. So this is the negative, I switch to the positive. See the man. This is the negative, I switch to the positive. Fear. So let's say Richie, fear, what's the name? Fear of, what were you talking about? Fear of poverty or lack of money. Focus on riches, abundance. Focus. So direct your attention on abundance. That's why it's good you have those mental picture of the desire you want in future, how you want your life to be. Focus attention on the positive. Immediately you begin to focus on positive, changes inside. Then let me recommend something. Now, maybe I will talk about this towards the end, but I will do this thing now, the demonstration. When you are fearful, you have internal, you are disturbed internally. Now, you need to understand the connection between your breath and your autonomic nervous system. Your autonomic nervous system. Okay, let me say this. Let me talk about this before I do the demonstration I want to do, because that will make it will make the demonstration make sense. The autonomic nervous system. Now, your body has a nervous system divided into two. You have the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. Hold on, let me